Okay, testing again. Can everything actually hear me this time? Because I seem to have wasted, I don't know how much time just recording that, and I thought I had that down to, I don't know, a science, but what's happened if I click over here? Do I lose my audio now? Because now I'm playing my video. What the hell happened, voice recorder? I really thought we had a connection here. Okay, yeah, so I had to leave that little bit of a clip in there just because I had a bit of a technical difficulty in the beginning, and I figured somebody would appreciate the joke. Uh, I tend to get very punny whenever I'm angry and frustrated. I'm still trying to learn this. I'm still trying to get this over with. I really wanted to, the original audio recording that I did for this, which I had to redo twice, and both times didn't work. As soon as I uploaded it onto the video editor, it just stopped working. So let's hope for round 3 on this one. The whole point of this video was to really just not only give you some gameplay on this, but was to give you pros and cons of what I liked about this new Blackout mode that they've got going on right now, which is the Operation Grand Heist. Now, I didn't get to, this was my actual first time playing through the Grand Heist scenario of it, and what I liked was not only did I have a variety of guns, which was actually made me a whole lot happier than just having only submachine guns or only sniper rifles. What I liked was the fact that they had the damn cop cars. I liked, no, yeah, pretty much just the cop cars. That's pretty much all I saw in my first round of it. But I've got a bit of a problem when it comes to this game mode, and it's that the maps are too big. As you'll see whenever I check the map, and if you've ever played the game before, I almost feel like they should just narrow it down to, you know, that first bubble. I feel like that first bubble when the ring collapse happens, that first one is what should be the distance that's allowed for everyone to be in. And I really do think it would progress the game a hell of a lot faster. I don't care if everybody's getting killed by fist fights. But what I have a problem with is I can start out in the middle of nowhere on the other side of the map where nobody is, and I literally can just run around, gather all the things. Lose my mind gathering, 30,000 bandages, med kits, backpacks, 2 guns, fully upgraded, and then I turn a corner and I get shot in 2 seconds. And I think that's my biggest problem in this game. I'd feel much happier if they at least started everybody off with a pistol, I don't know. Maybe you at least get a knife. Start it off that way. I like the deploying in. It gives you a little bit more leniency on where you get spawned. You really can't blame it on a bad spawn. It's really your own fault. But I just have a problem with just how gigantic the map is. Now, that's not to say that I don't love the map. I think the map is beautiful. I think it looks great. I think it's probably one of the best things Call of Duty's ever done, was to try and implement such a large map style. But I think with how big this map is, they should have made almost, I mean, they could keep the drop in, but I think they should have made like a objective based map out of this, and not just a team deathmatch with a hell of a lot of running. I think if you started out on one side of the map and you had to go capture a point in the town, and then move out and go capture the asylum, or go capture zombie land, whatever the fuck it's called. That's where I think I have a problem in this game. Is I think you're spending too much damn time wasting time. And if anybody else knows this, especially if you aren't good like I am, luckily in this game, as you'll see, I actually get a couple kills, which is surprising to me because I don't do that good most of the times. Most of the times I feel like I'm wasting my time, and I have more fun on the microphone with a random internet troll. But I would just like to see a little bit of change. I think that Call of Duty is taking a step in the right direction. They're taking a nice little baby step in the right direction. What they aren't doing is delivering fully on what they could do. It's really catered to the most dedicated. The most dedicated are going to learn where everyone's going to want to go. They're going to learn where the best gun spawns are. But if you're like me and you have the attention span of an ant, you just forget. You forget that, oh, over here there's going to be a designated, this is the gun, this is where there's a bunch of items. And at that, they change up where the helicopter direction is, where the ring is, where it's going to collapse to. And so sometimes I think I've gone to the right spot, and then turns out the ring kills me. And you can't outrun that ring. That's the even more annoying part, is you can't outrun it, or at least keep pace with it. I had a video planned, but the footage was all messed up. But in that video, you could clearly see that I got a head start on that ring. I was a good distance away from getting to the safe zone, and that ring caught up to me and passed me just phenomenally. And so I spent all my bandages, like my 30 bandages that I had, just trying to keep myself alive. I finally get down to the last section of the little bubble that I could get to, and I get shot in 3 seconds. Total gameplay was like 25 minutes, 25, 30 minutes. Now what a waste of time that is. I could be better spent gambling, and I think I'd have a better spot on that. I think I'd have a better chance of winning, better chance of overall having a better time. Even if I lost, it's okay. But to just waste 30 minutes and to literally not accomplish anything, you don't get points. I mean, you shoot somebody and that's about the most points you get. You can go wander around and try and find the hidden skins or whatever the hell they are on this map. But I don't think that's rewarding enough, and I think Activision and or just the Call of Duty franchise could use this model as a good one for the future, that people will like this game mode, but you either have to cut down on the size or start implementing an objective base to it. Now that's not to say that there won't be a fan base that just loves this, because I'm sure if this video ever goes popular, people are just gonna say, oh my god, I love this game mode, especially whenever it's competitive and I'm playing against the top 20 people in the world. And I get that, and I understand that. But for everyday people that they see this and they see the commercials of Operation Grand Heist, they're gonna hate it. They're gonna absolutely hate it. I mean, if you look in the video, I mean, my teammates died twice each, and I didn't. And I didn't get the opportunity to spawn again, which would have made my experience a little bit better. At least would have been able to say, hey, I was in the final rounds. But no, I survived all the way through, and most of my time spent was just running around and collecting all the things. I get a few kills here. I get, you know, a lot of cardio on. Shot the shit out of a couple of the cop cars, which that was actually rewarding. I loved watching that on the footage. I just lit that cop car up. But another thing that I have a problem with is that I seem to be getting killed in 2 shots while I take 30 shots at somebody and I still can't kill them. Now, if anybody is old enough to remember the old Call of Duty, the old ways that they used to have it, you could have a sniper rifle shoot somebody in the foot and they were dead. Which pissed off a lot of people, but for somebody like me who just wanted to get that kill, that was just such a win. You just clipped them in the ankle, they just toppled down, you get that plus 100 points, and you called it a day. But that's not the way it is anymore. It's gotten entirely too much on this like points-based system. And that's not to say like the assault rifles and the submachine guns didn't also take multiple bullets to kill somebody, but I mean, remember the old M16 from Modern Warfare 3? The M16 was 1 burst, that motherfucker's dead. It took 3 bullets, technically, but they were dead in 1 burst. Now that's awesome, that was fun for me. I mean, that was probably my first assault rifle in any of the games that I ever got, like, maxed out. Because before that, I'd always just been the sniper rifle guy. I'd always gotten all the skins on all the sniper rifles, because at least back then, when they had these big, vast, sprawling maps, the sniper rifles were point and click. They didn't have the bullet drop like they do now. And I guess that's fine because I played Battlefield 3, 4, and 5. But at some point, Call of Duty has to stand out. If they're going to make it realistic, let a 50 cal or a 7.62 stop somebody dead in their track like they normally would. Somebody has a 38, yeah, it's going to take a few hits before it drops that person, and that's just almost realistically how it should be. But it's just not the way it is anymore. I'm not too understanding of where they are wanting to try and take this game at this point. Now again, it's not to say that I don't love the game. I like the game. I've had a phenomenal time playing zombies. Though I don't feel like paying extra money for the new map, but I've had fun playing zombies, especially the arena one. I've had fun playing team deathmatch to a degree, like the gun game whenever that's available. I like the team mosh pits. Nuketown was a great refresh. I know they love keeping and bringing that one back. And in particular on the team deathmatch, it took me a while before I realized that these were all old maps. that I had been playing whenever I was younger and I was a kid. And once I finally realized that they just had kept bringing back all these old maps, my eyes widened, my jaw dropped, and it was just phenomenal. I was like, oh, I can't believe they did it. I can't believe they brought it back. This is so good. This is so much fun. I may have went 0-17, but this was so much fun just because I lived that nostalgia of it. But that's not going to hold up forever. It was something new, like this Blackout, which was my first game mode that I played when I bought the game, was Blackout, just because I was like, what's Blackout? They didn't, for all the information I looked up on it, which wasn't much, it didn't say, hey, this is Fortnite for adults. I went, oh, okay. I started realizing it when I started jumping out of the helicopter, and then I started learning the map a little bit more, learning that, oh crap, there you got a certain time limit and whatnot. But would I recommend to somebody? Yes, if you're a fanboy. Yes, if you're a big fan of at least the zombies. If you like the zombies, it's been getting so much better. I like the story modes. I like the hidden gems you can get on every single map. That's always just been fun. I remember playing with that with my roommates. But if you want realistic shooting gameplay, I can't recommend it. Why? It's far from realistic. Like I said, they had a game mode with sniper rifles only and knives. And with a Barrett 50 cal, I shot someone square dead in the face, and it didn't drop them. Now that shouldn't happen. Their head should be exploded. If I shot them in the chest, even with an armor plate, they should have a hole through the chest about the size of my fist. That's not realistic. And I think Activision has a lot to do to make up for that. I really do think this is a good platform for them. Moving on. And there's a little bit of tweaks and criticisms that they can take, but I just don't see how anybody would want to keep replaying this game mode over and over again, especially if they just keep rehashing the same crap like they always do. And with that, thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe.